Namaste. My name is Aparna and I'm a certified life coach. I'm from Chennai and I help working professionals boost their self-esteem through a self-evaluation method. I also help them reinvent themselves in just 3 days. Now, today I'm here to talk to you about self-esteem of housewives. Now, it's very important and it makes a lot of difference, if I bring you this points, I'm also going to give you certain measures to make sure if you have a housewife around you or if you are a housewife, you need to work on these areas and make sure that you do not fall into this trap of self-doubt. Okay. Let me begin. So I'm going to read out some of the points and then I'm going to explain it to you. My first point is societal devaluation. Now, what does societal devaluation means? Now, housewives often face societal devaluation and lack recognition for their contribution. This is 100% sure. Now things are changing, but it was not like this before. We remember our mothers, our grandmothers being always undervalued, and they always felt jitna bhi or how much ever contribution they did, they were not given the value for it. They were not recognized for their contribution. And the traditional roles and responsibilities, that's what I'm talking about, placed on them as caregivers and homemakers can lead to sense of undervaluation, resulting in lower self-esteem. Many a times you must be knowing your mother, your grandmother, even today, you must be facing this, your contribution is not appreciated a lot. You do a lot of things and you don't realize, I am telling you, if there is no motivation coming, no appreciation coming, go stand in front of your mirror and just say, good job. You did good. You made that dal very good. It was so yummy. It was all perfect. How about you dressed up very well and nobody compliment yourself? Oh, I'm looking beautiful. I'm looking good. I'm looking fine. Yeah. You need to compliment yourself. And if nobody's appreciating you, go ahead and appreciate your own self. It's okay. It's okay to appreciate yourself once in a while, to feel good about yourself. So that is one of the ways to improve their self-esteem. Second is lack of external validation. So housewives may not receive regular external validation or feedback on their work, as their contributions are often within the private sphere of home. The absence of recognition from others can impact their self-esteem, making them feel invisible and unappreciated. This is so true, isn't it? So being a housewife, most of them used to think for a very long time that housewives do not contribute to economy, they do not contribute to the society, they do not contribute to anything, but they are a part of the house. But when I see the housewife, I'm seeing that she's building her own ecosystem. In her own ecosystem, she has her own administration, she has her own HR, she makes the policies, she's the one who's taking care of the kitchen, which is including the budgeting, the finance planning. She's also included in the part of decision making, wherein what are the things that are required in the house. So she's like a CEO of her own, house, right? That's a small system, and some of them run really very successfully, right? So let's start appreciating somebody who is around you. Go ahead and pat them and say good job. And if you are not feeling that, list down the things that you do on daily basis. You will see how much you do and feel good about the things that you do. There are a lot of women who are not able to do what you are able to do, so appreciate yourself for that. Next comes limited personal fulfillment. Now, housewives may struggle with a sense of personal fulfillment beyond their roles as caregivers and homemakers. The lack of opportunities for personal growth, professional development, or pursuing individual interests can lead to feeling of stagnation and diminished self-esteem. Many a times, housewives don't get time to have their me time. There are times that they wanted to do certain things in their life, but they did not. If you ask few of the housewives, they would say that they pursued a certain degree, right? Or they pursued a certain course because they wanted to become something, but because they got married and they settled in life, they had children, they did not think of moving on. How bad is that? They are not able to live for themselves, and there is never a late time. I'm not saying you give up your life, I'm not saying you give up your family, I'm not saying you give up your kids. No, there is always a way to do things better. There can be time management, there can be a management of lot of things that can help you create a proper system in the house wherein you can bring in your own me time, you can work on your hobbies, you can do things that you wanted to always do in your life, maybe take tuitions, maybe do art and craft, maybe go in for singing, maybe, do anything, maybe play badminton, anything that you want to do, you can do if you think you want to do it. Do not limit yourself. So I tell my audience that go ahead and list out the things that you want to do in your life, make a goal list, and from that you can choose what you want to do first. So you can keep your, important ones, whichever you want to achieve, in the near goal, you can make those goals and near goals, and you want to achieve in 3 years or 5 years, go ahead and, accomplish that. There is no stopping. Now, coming to the next one is financial dependence. Housewives who rely on their partners for financial support may experience a loss of financial independence. This dependency can undermine their self-esteem, as they may perceive themselves as lacking control or autonomy in decision making and resource allocation. Now, this is again true because there is no income coming for them. The money that is given to them is always counted and given based on the expenses they want to pay, they're going to make. So now housewives are started becoming a little smart, and you will not believe the strength of the housewife is, even though she is given a limited budget, she is able to save money from that. How smart is she when it comes to financial planning? Can you imagine within a budget saving? How many businessmen are able to do this? Not many. So when it comes to housework, and it's true, most of the countries believe, or even in our country, we believe that if we are able to give the money to the woman, if you give 10, she will make sure that she spends limited and saves a lot from it. So if you're not giving, money to your wife, you should start giving. And if you are a wife, you definitely know what I'm talking about, right? You may have some savings here and there, which not many are aware. And I know it is there. It's okay and it's good. So I would like to appreciate you for doing that. Now there is another way to do it. So I request my audience, if they're housewife, I want you to just list down your expenses and add some amount for yourself in the budget, saying this is the amount I need for myself, and you shouldn't feel bad about spending it out. So a few of my friends who are into coaching business, they have started doing this. What they do is, when, say for example, they have got 10,000 rupees in the as an income, they would give like 5,500 for house expenses, which is properly used for the house. And they're going to spend some 10% in the investment, 10% in the financial freedom fund, and then 10% in maybe in education, then 5% goes to charity, and then there is 10% that they divide between their spouses. So they give 5% to their spouses, saying 500 is completely yours, do whatever. This is an example, not 500. I know 500 is very less. I'm just saying 500 is given to the spouse for her to enjoy without being questioned as to what she's going to do with that money. And she is requested to spend it as she likes every month. If you want to do this, go ahead and do this. I'm sure this will make a difference in both of your lives. Right? Next. Okay, identity loss. This happens a lot of time. Many housewives feel that because they are home, they are not given the appreciation. And also, let me just read out. Some housewives may experience a loss of identity as their primary focus shifts to their roles within the household. The absence of external roles or labels may lead to a diminishing sense of self and lower self-esteem. Yes. So when women go out and work, they're given a certain, status in the society, saying she's a working professional, she's a CEO, she's a manager, she's a owner, she's, a teacher, all those things. But when a housewife is introduced, she just said as she's a housewife or a homemaker. And that may lead to a low self-esteem, because the housewife may think, I do so much sitting at home. And trust me, I know what housewife means. It's not easy to do the management inside the house when there is so much of chaos within the system, where your children, your husband, your father, your mother-in-law, and a lot of people are a part of that system, and you have to take care of each and everybody's needs and put your needs at the back. You may not even know that you have needs. Okay, there are some times when you don't even realize you have needs. So yes, so what I do is, I tell my clients is, don't take it that way. Why don't you take it as an ecosystem? As I told you in the beginning, that it's an ecosystem wherein you are the CEO of the company. You can bring out your own creative labels. You can say, I'm the goddess of the house, or I'm the Mahalakshmi of the house, or I'm the one who is the creator of my family. You can give any name you like, and you can make a short format, and you can just say that, yeah, I'm this. Try doing that, and you will love your own role in the house, right? If you're a housemaker, right? Next is lack of recognition. As I told you, yes, lack of recognition is already done. Identity loss. Okay, I think I've covered almost everything. But if there is anything that is left out, do let me know in the comment and tell me if you're a housewife or you're a working professional. I'm going to make a video on professionals as well, working professionals, women, and I'm going to bring that to you. Men, do not worry, I'm coming for you as well. So I'm doing one at a time. So just last thing, it is very important for each one of us to make sure that we appreciate the housewives who are taking so much of effort and making this world a better place in their own specific roles, right? So here they have concluded that it is important to note that experiences and challenges faced by housewives can vary widely depending on the cultural, social, and individual factors. Recognizing and validating the important contributions of the housewives, providing opportunities for personal growth and fulfillment, and promoting a supportive and inclusive environment can help address these pain points and enhance the self-esteem. So that said, I would like to just conclude that whether you're a working professional or whether you're a housewife, remember you are on this planet for a purpose, and your purpose cannot be limited just because there is a belief system that says that you are supposed to play only this role. You yourself, if sit down and start writing, I'm sure you will come out with more than 10 roles that you have played for your entire life. More than 10. I'm just giving you a small number. There can be many that you have not yet written down. Why don't you sit down and list down your roles and list down your responsibilities and give a title to yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next video. Until then, thank you for being here. To comment below